Every single person in the entire world, including you, is somewhere along this chart right here. And this chart represents your emotional state of mind, the vibrations you give to people, and overall just how you perceive the world and how the world is presented to you. So let's say maybe you feel fearful like all the time. So you're going to be nervous when you talk to people. You're going to be like scared. You're going to feel like, what are other people thinking about me? And those people are going to sense that. They're going to sense you're a fearful person. Let's say you're a loving person. You're a loving person on this chart. You're going to show love to people, and people are going to sense that too. So the goal for everyone is to move as far up on this chart as possible and bring your emotional vibration frequency as high up as possible. And you might be wondering, okay, so how do I do that? I'm a fearful person. I feel nervous. How do I break out of that? How do I have peace? Well, it's actually very simple, actually. You need to understand what your subconscious is first. So your subconscious is what you feel deep down inside, and that controls the actions you take. So maybe you feel joy. Okay, you're gonna take actions that show you're a joyful person. And if you do want to improve your emotional vibrations and bring it up higher, well, you need to tap into that subconscious. And you probably have heard of the subconscious maybe when you're dreaming, because that's when your subconscious plays out, because you're not thinking, you're not being analytical. You're just letting your subconscious and feelings play out. Hence why you feel emotional during dreams. So the way you tap into that subconscious, besides dreaming, is by putting yourself in a very meditative and relaxing state, and present as well. So you do that by meditation. And then while you're meditating, you want to become very relaxed and start feeling good energy. And the way you do that is by visualization and visualizing in your head positive moments or future positive outcomes. Like, let's say I got to go to school today, and before school I'm going to put myself in a meditative state and visualize my first hour class of me walking in confidently. And you got to feel confident too. You can't just think that. You actually got to feel it while you're visualizing what's going to happen. And if you can feel confident while you're visualizing, you're probably going to walk in class feeling confident because that's just how it plays out. Like I said, and like the definition of your subconscious is how you feel and the actions you take. So if you can feel confident in your subconscious, that's just how you're going to live your life. And you're probably going to attract confident people as well in your life. So it's really simple, actually. You just got to start meditating more and visualizing positive outcomes. Or maybe let's say you had past trauma that you just find yourself always like going back to, and how you view the world, and maybe is negative. Well, think about that. Put yourself in a meditative spot and think about that past trauma and feel what you went through. And you can actually change it. You can change your past by accepting it, and also by maybe, you know what, this time now I know, and this is how I'd feel next time. And this is, that's how you can overcome the traumas. So where we're at now is you want to become more peaceful. So start meditating and feeling peace. Like, let's say you want to feel what it feels like to be able to attract any single girl you want. Well, imagine you can pull any single girl you want and see what that feels like. And if you can feel that, you can be like, just see what that feels like. And then you become that person. Because you can't do first and then become. You become and then you do. And you reprogram your subconscious. You become a joyful person and then you do. You become a disciplined person and then you do. You don't just do and then become. That's why a lot of people that view themselves as lazy and then they try to become disciplined, they always go back to their old habits. It's because deep in their subconscious, they never change themselves. They just change their actions first, and then they found themselves back in the hole. That's really how you break any habit, is by tapping into your subconscious, changing your reality, and then living through that reality. This is the best video I've ever posted in my life, actually, and this probably will always be the best video I ever have. Unless I make a couple tweaks and, make things a little easier to understand. In general, though, this topic is the deepest stuff ever. And your goal, if you're maybe a fearful person, maybe you feel a lot of shame in life, maybe you feel angry, what you need to do, genuinely, is you need to put yourself in a meditative state. And once you're relaxed, start thinking about positive outcomes and how you want to feel. Start feeling love inside. Start feeling grateful. And you're going to change your subconscious, and your subconscious is how you live your life. So, with that being said, you know exactly what I'm getting at, and you know exactly what you need to do in order to become the person you want to become. Because if let's say you want to be a loving person, just telling people, hey, I like your shoes. Do you really mean that? Because if you really mean that, cool. But you need to become and then do. Maybe you become a nice person inside, and then your actions will show. So, yeah, that's it.